Hello once again, Tommy Underhill. I am the adult ADHD and autism coach with Littleton Couples Counseling, Denver, Colorado, coming back to rediscuss and revisit how adult autism thinks. Re-recording with hopefully better audio. I am listening and got some new information in it. Stick around to the end, like and subscribe. As of now, this video has gotten the original video has gotten over 10,000 views. I was hoping for more than 350 with some of these. So thank you for coming, and most of all, thank you for sharing your thoughts. I have adult autism and ADHD. With my autism, I probably think differently than you do, even if you have autism. Sometimes my partner asks what it means when I say, "I love you." I don't know if I have the words to express this concept. In fact, I often struggle to translate my thoughts into human language. I call what goes on in my head the music of the Hemispheres. At best, I can offer a rough translation into English or any other language from what bounces around inside my noggin. Grandin concurs that folks with adult autism often think in a different manner than other people. From my understanding, many neurotypical people think verbally. Their thought process going about to the closet to get a box is quite literally, go to the closet and get the box. In the early Wild West days of autism, researchers believed folks with autism thought in a combination of visual and mathematical processes. Now we understand that visual and mathematical thought models are usually two separate ways of thinking. From my own experience, I would add three-dimensional spiderweb thinking and a number of other ones that we'll discuss a little later as a superset of visual thinking. I am a combined spiderweb visual and mathematical thinker. I struggle when writing because I will often translate images and mathematics into language and language into mathematical notation, using lines and parentheses to organize thoughts, sort of a categorical picture in my head. When I play cards, I usually don't name the cards as I see and play them. I use symbolic references and mathematical representations. I can read backwards and upside down because the words make transformative shapes and patterns. To help illustrate autistic thought models, especially to those without autism, I would like to reference a number of popular TV movies and shows. The Extraordinary Attorney Woo and The Good Doctor portray visual thinking. Woo Young-woo's memory of legal documents is a depiction as mentally flipping through a stack of papers. When Sean Murphy encounters a medical situation, the series presents his hypervisualizations as the anatomical structures and functions as his mind moves through the body. In Sherlock, Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal of Sherlock Holmes often uses a photo and yarn metaphor to illustrate spiderweb thinking. Lengths of yarn are pinned between photos, map places, and items to demonstrate the multiple complex three-dimensional linkages between them. Numbers shows mathematical thinking as Charlie Epps assists his FBI agent brother in solving crimes. When I travel from one location to another, drive, fly, walk, I envision a mental map and path of the route. In my head, I see road conditions, construction sites, possible traffic or weather, and will visually reroute as needed. My previous mother-in-law needed a turn-by-turn list of written directions to get anywhere new. Neither of us could understand how the other arrived anywhere. When I see a car drive down the road, I can envision, and often do without thinking about it, the pistons moving up and down in the cylinders as fuel and air are mixed and injected into the engine blocks. Everyone else around me just sees a car drive by. Now, here's some of the new things I really want to share and hope you've lasted this long into the video. We've had a number of visitors to the channel share their mental experiences, and I am very appreciative of that. Like Sherlock Holmes, one visitor's thinking is associative, where one thought reminds them of something else, which can lead to a completely separate visualization. They share that the connections are not always obvious to other people and usually aren't. Another visitor thinks in pictures and videos with the ability to mentally rotate objects as if they were using CAD software. say it's very helpful when repairing something. We have a mathematical thinker in our midst. Their thoughts take the forms of mathematical patterns, and I can relate to that. Another visitor doesn't do numbers. Numbers don't make sense at all. Sometimes verbally, I suffer with that. Or just enjoy not having any numbers. They also struggle with emotions. They utilize a narrative thought model reminiscent of story writing. Another visitor to our channel thinks verbally and follows what feels right, an experience that I describe as listening to their gut. As our guts are capable of our brains in deducing the world around us, to the extent of what does your gut tell you is a part of our language. Some folks with autism experience aphantasia, an inability to create mental imagery. One visitor to the channel has commented that their inner world is completely devoid of realistically imagined perceptions. It's dark and silent in their head. Even when they're working out how to manipulate something visually, they don't actually mentally experience a visualization. Everything needs to be manipulated in the physical world. Not only does each of the thought models have its own strengths and limitations, none of us directly translate them one to another. And even two people with autism who think in the same paradigm will not utilize it the same way. After all, the saying goes, if you've met one person with adult autism, you've met one person with adult autism. As an adult autism specialist and somebody with autism, I look to build communication bridges between our various thought models and neurotypical people we work with. If this sounds like something you need help with, send me an email, give me a call. Let's set up some time to talk and see how we can make things a little bit better in your communication with the outside world. Again, thanks for watching, and thank you for all your comments on how lousy the audio was. Hopefully this solves it all.